entire lifetime, major depression will affect 10 to 25% of women and 5 to 12% of men, and at any given point in time, 5 to 9% of women and 2 to 3% of men are clinically depressed. Hello, my name is Leah Ferguson, and I'm going to talk to you today about major depressive disorder, or MDD for short. Major depression disorder can be brought on by multiple factors, can lead to more emotional and physical problems, but can be controlled. Recently, a family member of mine was diagnosed with MDD, and I researched it because I wanted to know more. So today I'm going to talk to you about the factors that cause MDD, the emotional and physical problems that occur from MDD, and how it can be controlled. Hopefully by the end of this speech, you have a better understanding of MDD. And if you know anyone with MDD, you would like to share the information you learned. Let's start off by looking at the factors that cause MDD. One factor that causes MDD is neurological differences, such as physical changes in the brain, trauma, and changes to the neurotransmitters, which are the things in the brain that control your moods. Or another one is your genes. I mean, you're more likely to have depression if someone in your family does than someone who comes from a family that has no one with depression. Or your environment, major life events such as losing a family member, your best friend, things along those lines. Or a childhood trauma, abuse, losing your parent when you're 5. Those are all factors that can cause MDD. But now that we understand the factors that cause MDD, and we know that they can either be in our control or out of our control, let's look at the emotional and physical problems that MDD can cause. MDD can cause body changes, weight gain, weight loss. But with the weight gain and weight loss, your moods start to change because you start thinking you're sad all the time because I'm fat, I've gained weight, or you're too skinny. And because your moods are fluctuating, you ultimately change the way you think about yourself. I mean, you start thinking, I'm worthless, I have nothing, I'm nothing, and could ultimately lead to your demise. Obviously, MDD can make us hate ourselves, can make us feel that we are worthless, and make us feel that we have no point living in sadness and sorrow each day. But before anything drastic happens, remember, there's hope. Controlling MDD is not as hard as you think. There are such factors. You can control your MDD with such things as psychotherapy, counselor. The counselor will help you so you're not alone in your depression. And if it is that bad, then the counselor will send you to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist will give you medication, which is another way of controlling it. And as we all know from TV, there are hundreds of types of medications to control MDD. So therefore, we have learned MDD is caused by different factors, whether it's in our control or out of our control, can lead to more emotional and physical problems, but it can be controlled in multiple ways. We have seen in this speech that the factors that cause MDD are in our control or out, and that they can trigger us, and they can trigger emotional and physical problems, but they also can be controlled, and we cannot forget that. Hopefully with the information you have learned in this speech, you have a better insight to MDD.